Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series of Computer Organization and Advanced Microprocessors. This is our 11th lecture, and in this lecture we are going to learn about the adders. Adders is an example of combinational circuits. We have already studied about the combinational circuits, its features and functionalities, and what is the use of combinational circuits. So now let's start and learn what is adders. Okay, so now let's start the topic adders. Very first we'll see the definition of adder. So what is adder? An adder is a digital circuit that performs addition of numbers. Yeah, it is very simple definition, right? But what type of numbers? Very first we should know that what type of numbers. So here the numbers are nothing but the binary numbers. As we know that any process your processor performs, it works only with the binary numbers, right? So all the operations performed by the processors, in that operations, if there is an addition operation, then that addition operation will be performed by the adder. So adder is nothing but the digital circuit. So what is the main purpose of adder? The main purpose of the adder is to perform addition of numbers. What type of numbers? Binary numbers. Okay, so the second point says in many computers and other kinds of processors, adders are used in ALU or arithmetic logic units. So a simple question, where you can find the adder. As we know that the term ALU, we know this term, right? Arithmetic and logic unit. Your processor, your CPU contains two sections, two units. One is a ALU and second is a CU, control unit, right? So your ALU performs all the logic arithmetic and logical operations. So when it comes to the arithmetic operations, it performs only two types of arithmetic operations. First is the addition and the second is the subtraction, that we will learn when we will see the sums. When we will learn the sums, at that time we will know and we will discuss that how to perform different operations or how ALU works, or how ALU performs arithmetic operations. So your ALU performs arithmetic operations. What type of arithmetic operations? It can be addition and it can be subtraction. So to perform this addition operation, we require adder. Got it? So again, what is adder? Adder is a digital circuit that performs addition of numbers. Which type of numbers? Binary numbers. And where you can find it? You can find it in the section ALU. Got it? Okay, so the last point, they are also utilized in other parts of processor where they are used to calculate address. Very important thing, to calculate the addresses. Also it used to calculate the table indices and increment and decrement operations it performs, and also many other operations performed by the adder. Here we need to understand that why we require, what type of operations are these? Calculating address, what are table indices, why increment and decrement operations? So you should know that when you perform any operation or when your processor performs any operation, it has or it gets number of instructions, right? Number of instructions. So it may be in from the input side or it may be from the output side, because your all both the devices are connected. Or when you perform any operation, first you give the data through the input device and you get the output on the output device. So of course your both the devices are connected. So system needs to calculate the addresses where your data stores, where you're going to store the data, from where you need to fetch the data. So all this type of calculations needed on the addresses, and this will be done by the adder. table indices. This will be we will cover in the memory section. You will it will be more clear to understand that what are the table indices and how adder performs the addition operation on the table indices. And next is the increment and decrement operation. Simple, like because we have a multiple instructions to perform, of course we need to calculate how many instructions are there. So suppose I have 5 instructions, so 1 is done, then I need to increment my or decrement my counter, that how many left or how many performed. So we need increment and decrement operations on for that. So to perform all these types of operations we need a adder. Okay, so it was all about the adder. Okay, now let's see types of adder. On the slide on the screen, there are two types of adders. First is a half adder and second is a full adder. The half adder circuit is used to sum two binary digits and the full adder is used to add 3 input binary numbers. What type of numbers, how to calculate, how to perform addition operation, that all we will see in the next slide. Right now just remember two types of adders are there. One is a half adder, second is a full adder, and only two things you need to remember over here. Half adder works with the two binary numbers and full adder works with the 3 input lines or a 3 input binary numbers we can say. So half adder means 2 bits calculation, full adder means 3 bits calculation. Now let's first start with the half adder. First we'll see that what is half adder, what are the different points and what are the features. So basically half adder, in half adder we will see 5 different points. So the very first point is the half adder circuit is used to sum two binary digits, namely A and B. Yeah, we can give any name to it, right? So what you have to remember or what we need to understand, that half adder means always two binary digits. If you want to perform an arithmetic operation on 2 digits, it means you are using half adder circuit. Simple. And you can give any name A and B just for the example. Okay, so now the second point, the half adder is used to input bits and generate a sum and a carry, which are called as outputs. Okay, so how many different inputs? 2 inputs are there. Yes, and it generates what? It generates 2 different outputs. Need to remember this point. 2 different outputs. One is a sum and the second is the carry. So let's take a simple example over here. We will take an example of our normal numbers. Let's say 8 plus 4, right? So what would be the answer? How normally we calculate with the maths? 8 plus 4, that is 12. So first we write the 2, then 1 and then 1. So I got the 12, right? So when I am performing single bit operation on single bits, I got the 2 bits answer. So here we can say that my 2 is my sum and the 1 is my carry. As simple as that. This is an example. This is not the actual operation on binary numbers, but this is just for the reference purpose, that when you talking about the half adder, always keep in mind 2 inputs would be there, and when you will generate the output, you will get the 2 outputs. One is a sum and the second is a carry. So this example you can keep in mind for this thing. Okay, so now let's see the third point. The input variables of the half adder are termed as a eigenbits and addend-bits, whereas the output variables are termed as a sum and the carry. This is just technical words, that eigenbits and the addend-bits. This is just for the technical reason. Okay, now let's see the fourth point. The sum is denoted with S and carry is denoted with the C. That we will see in the circuit. Then when we will draw the circuit for the half adder, you will come to know that S and C, S is for the sum and C is for the carry. And the very last point, the carrier signal specifies an overflow into the following digit of a multi-digit addition. Remember, it's very important point. The carrier signal specifies an overflow into the following digit of a multi-digit addition. Yes, multi-digit addition. See, if we'll consider this example only, this 8 plus 4 example. What happens when you say 8 plus 1, you will get 9. But when you say 8 plus 2, so you get 10. Means you are performing operation on single digit and you get the answer in a single digit. But when you perform operation on single digit but you get the answer in the double digit, this we call the overflow. What we call overflow, because I don't have that much space, because I'm working with a single digit but I got answer in 2 digits. So it's a concept of the overflow. So the carrier signal specifies an overflow into the following digit of a multi-digit addition. When we will do the sums, you will get a more clear idea about all these different terms like sum, carry, then you have seen overflow term. This all we will learn in the sums. So hope this half adder concept is clear. Once again I'm repeating this. Half adder, what is half adder? Half adder works with the two binary digits. In the output you get two outputs, one is a sum, second is a carry, right? And overflow can be possible. Simple. Okay. Okay, now we'll see the block diagram of half adder. So very first we should know that what is block diagram, right? Block diagram is generally a diagram which can give you an idea about the external view or external architecture or external design of the particular device. So if you have an adder, if you have a half adder, in that case how does it look like? We can say that how many different ports would be there, how many input lines would be there. So from outer side we can say that there are two different inputs. We know half adder works with the two inputs only, and whatever the input you are giving to the half adder, it always generates how many outputs? Two outputs. One is the sum and the second is the carry, right? So S for the sum and C for the carry. So this is the block diagram of half adder where you need to show two inputs and two outputs. So now we will see that how to draw the truth table for the half adder. As we know that in half adder you have two inputs and two outputs, right? So as you can see on the screen that we have two inputs A and B, and in the output we get the sum and the carry after the addition operation. But before we need to understand, we should know that how to calculate, how to perform the addition operation on bits. We can see on the screen 0 plus 0, we got the 0 sum, 0 carry. For the 0 plus 1 we have 1 sum, 1 carry, and likewise. So first we will see that how to do the arithmetic operation or how to perform addition operation on bits. Fine. So as you can see this small sum 0 1 plus 0 1, I got the 1 0, but how to perform that we'll see in the next slide. And also we will learn that how to make an expression from the given truth table. Fine. So let's see that how to calculate addition on bits. Okay, now let's see how to perform arithmetic operation on bits and binary digits. So here I have 1 plus 0, my answer would be 1. then I have 1 plus 1, my answer would be 1 0. And if I have 1 plus 1 plus 1, my answer would be 1. So how to remember these answers, right? Because we need to remember, because in further topics we will need to understand and we need to calculate this type of calculations. We need to perform all these type of calculations. So how to remember this? 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 1 1 0, and 1 plus 1 plus 1 double 1. So it's very simple trick to remember this. Let's see what is the trick. Because we have two bits here, two bits in the answer, so I'll take example of 2 raised to 0 and 2 raised to 1. Okay, and I'll have total three numbers, that is three operations. I have three different sums I have for the 1, 2 and 3. Okay, as you can see, for in the very first sum I have total 1 1, right? First, in the first I have total 1 1. In second sum I have total 2 ones. And in third I have total 3 ones, right? So this way we will remember. Okay, now come here. What is the value, binary value for the 1? That would be 1. Perfect. What would be the binary value for 2? That is 1 0. And what is the binary value for 3? That is 1 1. So perfect. Here I got the answer. If I have only one, if I have only one in my sum, my answer would be 1. That is this. If I have two ones, that is this, two ones, then my answer would be 1 0. That is 1 0. And if I have three ones in my inputs, three ones in my inputs, my answer would be 1 1. That is 1 1. So this is the simple trick you can remember for this calculation. Okay, so now we know that how to draw the truth table and how to perform the addition operation on beads. Now the time to generate or to frame an expression for this, for your output. Basically we create or we design or we write the expression for our output only, right? So here we have output, and in output we have two columns, sum and the carry. So I'll get two different expression. One is for the sum and the second is for the carry. Okay, now let's see how to write the expression. Sum is equal to what? A dash b plus ab dash. What is this? So very first you need to identify total ones from the expression. Okay, so in sum, how many expression I have? How many ones I have? 1, 2 ones, means I'll get two expressions. Perfect. So very first find the total ones, or how many ones you have, that many expressions you will get. Okay, so I got this and I got this. Now for the first one, this one, see this, for this one, what is my input? I have A and B, but as you can see the value of A is 0 and the value of B is 1. So my answer would be, so I can say that 0 means A dash and 1 means simple B. So here I got A dash B for my this one. Fine. And the second, for this one, second. So here I have A and B, but as you can see that B has a value 0. So here I'll have B dash, and for this A. So what I got AB dash. Yes, I got AB dash. And why plus sign? Why plus sign? Because we are performing addition operation, this or this, this or this, and so we got some expression A dash B plus AB dash. Fine. And next is for the carry. See this carry, this column has only one time one we have. It means I'll have only single expression, single sub expression. So carry is equal to one time expression, this one. Okay, how many inputs I have? A and B, and both has one value. Fine. So I got A, B. So this is how you can write an expression for your output from your truth table. Okay, so this is the digital circuit of half adder. You can see two different circuits. Actually both are same from the previous expression. Remember that sum is equal to a dash b plus b dash a, and for the carry we had only ab. So from that expression we have drawn the digital circuit. You know, right, how to design the digital circuit from the given expression. And this is from the given expression, and this is after the simplification. Remember why we simplified the expression? To reduce the cost, to reduce the space, right? And so here you can see that before simplification I have so many different gates. Of course it requires more space and more gates, and after the simplification you will get this circuit. So this is about the half adder, its features, its truth table, different calculations, and the digital circuits. Okay, so after the half adder, now we'll focus on the full adder. We know, right, what is full adder? So what is the main difference between full adder and half adder? Yes, right. So half adder calculates it on perform addition operation on 2 bits, while full adder performs addition operation on 3 bits. Yes. So the similar way, here we have total 5 points we will discuss. Let's start with the first point. The first point, a full adder is used to add the 3 input binary numbers. Yes, we know, right? Full adder works with 3 input numbers. Then the second point, implementation of full adder is difficult compared with half adder. Yes, it is something, it is technical thing when it comes to the implementation, because once you have designed your circuit, right, but now you need to implement actually on the board. So it is little bit complicated compared to the half adder, because here you need to take care about the carries as well. Carries, and also that carry will be the input for the next phase. So let's see how it works. Let's see. The next point is full adder has 3 inputs and 2 outputs. Inputs are A, B and C in, and outputs are sum and carry. Okay, so we know that in the full adder we have how many total inputs? We have 3 inputs. What are the inputs? A, B we know, but what is C in? C in means the carry generated from the last expression or the last operation, during the last operation. So the carry generated during the last operation will be the input for my current operation. So that's why we say C in, and my outputs are same, sum and the carry again, but here we differentiated this C in and C out. The fourth point says in 3 inputs of the full adder, 2 inputs AB are ANDed and ANDed, and where third input C in and carry on preceding digit operation. Fine, it's a simple, right? Okay. And the last point says the full adder circuit generates a 2-bit outputs, and these are denoted with the signal name as an C out that we will see in the circuit. Fine, now we'll see the block diagram for full adder. Let's see how it looks like. Fine, because we know that we have 3 inputs. Okay, so A, B and C in. What is C in? C in is the output of my previous operation. I can see, right? So that's why this is a carry, but this carry is going to be going to be the input for this. So carry, but this carry comes from the past or the previous operation. So I have total 3 inputs, and how many total outputs I have? I have 2 outputs. One is this sum and the second is the carry, but this carry we call it a C out because this carry is my output. But how to calculate this? This is most important thing. How to work with this? So see this. It's interesting actually. Okay, so we'll start from this point and we'll go from right to left. See, 0 plus 1. What I'll get? I'll get 1. But because I know that I am working with the full adder, this is full adder, so always I'll get 2 outputs, sum and carry. But 0 plus 1 will get only 1 only, right? So if I'm not getting anything like 1, so it means, can I say that 0 is my carry? Yes, I can say, because I'm not getting anything from the 0 plus 1. I got only 1 as my sum, so I got 0 carry. This carry will be the input for my next cycle. So in my next cycle I have 1 plus 1. So now I need to add this 0 as well, but if I add the 0, there is no difference, there will be no any difference in my answer, right? So I'll focus only on 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1, remember the answer, when we calculate 1 plus 1, I get 0 as my sum and 1 as my carry. So I got the 1 0 answer, and this one will be the input for my next operation. Okay, so my next operation is 1 plus 0. 0 you can ignore, right? We can say it does not make any difference. So 1 plus 1 plus 0, what will I get? I'll get 0 as my sum and 1 as my carry, and this carry, this is my C out, and this C out will be the C in for my next operation. So here I got 1 plus 1 plus 1, and yes, we know 1 plus 1 plus 1 we get always 1 as my sum and 1 as my carry. Fine. So this is how you can calculate the arithmetic or addition operation on bits with the full adder. So this is about the full adder and how it works. Okay, so now we'll see the truth table for full adder. Okay, so full adder. In full adder, how many inputs we have? Total 3 inputs we have, and total 2 outputs we have, right? Okay, so in input, we'll more focus on, normally we say A and B are my major inputs, and C in. What is C in? C in is nothing but the carry generated during the last operation, that I consider as an input for the current operation. So, and in output I'll always get the sum and the carry. So here I can write C out. Instead of the carry you can write C out. Okay, so because total, how many total inputs I have? 3, and 3 raised to 2 because we are working with the 2 bits. So total input would be 8. So here I have total 8 inputs, right? So different combinations you can write for the 8 combinations for 3 bits, and you need to perform this operation. Now we know 0 plus 0 plus 0, of course you will get the 0 sum and the 0 carry. 0 plus 0 plus 1, okay, so 1, so 1 would be 1 would be sum and 0 would be carry, and likewise you can perform all the addition operation on the given bits and different combinations. For this you need again, if it is required, go back to the same video, watch the second last slide for how to perform the addition operation. Okay, so here we have a digital circuit of full adder from the given truth table. So now you need to learn that now you have truth table. From the truth table, write the expression, and from the expression you can design the digital circuit, right? We have already studied how to design the digital circuit from the expression, and also we have learned in this video that how to write the expression from the truth table, right? So we have truth table. Now develop the expression and then design the digital circuit. So this is the digital circuit for your full adder. Okay guys, so it was all about adders. In adders, two types of adders we have seen, half adder and full adder. In half adder it takes two inputs, and in full adder it takes three inputs. And also we have learned that how to design the truth table, from the truth table how to derive the expression, and from the expression how to design the digital circuit, right? Okay, and also we have learned in this lecture that how to perform the addition operation on beats. So keep learning, happy learning. Thank you.